Hi, I'm Elizabeth Andrews. Welcome to this Yoga Body Labs class edition of Side to Side, where we're going to be focusing on that lateral line, primarily in the frontal plane. You're going to be on the floor the whole time, so go ahead and grab your mat. Let's set up. We're going to start on our back. We're going to focus on really creating more stability in that frontal plane position, but starting on the back to build gut pressure, stability in the torso as we build upon that, and you'll see where we're going. Focusing a lot on shoulder stability. Now, lying on your back, oftentimes if you're bulbous in the shoulders or muscular, you'll come up off the ground and your neck is still strained. I want the neck as relaxed as possible. Oftentimes you can take just a little towel is all you need to put it under your head and feel that little bit of lift, and you instantly have relaxation through the neck. So I like to do it. A lot of my clients, I have them do it, and you can really feel the difference. So play with that. Try without, and then try just a little towel under the neck, because I want it relaxed with your neck long, chin in, chest wide, and ribs, so they're not flaring, towards belt line. Not pressing low back into the floor. We're going to manage that natural lordotic spine that you have, but ribs moving in direction towards belt line. So we're going to start here. And I want you to grab your ribs. So when we build gut pressure, we're going to take the inhale. The ribs should move laterally, not up to the sky, but we want the ribs to move laterally. And when we exhale, that's the pressure. We're developing that canister, if you will, that pressure that will keep the stability, your low back stable, and that's your currency to take energy out into the limbs so that you can perform better. So here we go. Grab your ribs. Let's move these first. And your feet are just nice and relaxed. You've got those points, those 4 points of cues: neck long, chin in, chest wide, and ribs to belt line. We'll grab my ribs to make sure they move that way. You're going to take an inhale. And then when you exhale, I want you to make a snake sound, like you're breathing out of a straw, and I want you to feel what's happening in the torso. I want this tactile, this kinesthetic learning opportunity, if you will. Again, inhale. Exhale. And you can feel the ribs come back together. You can feel strength like a tree trunk happening in the torso. The low back isn't pressing into the floor. I want to keep my ribs moving towards the belt line. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And feel, press around on that exhale and notice the strength that you're developing. Let's add on. Lift your feet, knees over hips, ankles are flexed. Same thing. Inhale. Exhale. We've upped the ante by lifting our legs, and now we're going to ambulate our legs or move our legs on the exhale as we are layering complexity through our breath. Inhale. Exhale. The leg and the exhale are synced. It moves as one. Other side. Inhale. Now, I want you to continue doing that. It's very hard to coach and talk to you while I'm doing it as well. So we're going to go through a couple more rounds, building that gut pressure, creating more stability, protecting that low back. Inhale, make sure the ribs are moving out. Exhale, and you move through the whole range of motion on that exhale. Ankle stays flexed. Inhale, other side. Exhale, make that snake sound. Notice your ankles will try to relax. Your feet will try to relax. Are you tensing up in the neck? And of course I am, because I'm talking to you. So you're probably continuing this pattern. Inhale, exhale. You probably see how muscular my neck is. Yours shouldn't look like that, but it's hard to coach and breathe at the same time. Let's finish this side. Inhale, exhale. Can you feel that tension that you're creating in your torso. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Keep drawing those ribs to belt line. Feel the ribs move and they come in on that exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. And rest. And take your knees side to side, a little windshield walk. We're going to add on to that. So we've created that stability. We've created and built some of that gut pressure. Now we're going to add that on into what I like to call a baby get up. The same position that you were here, watch me first, we'll take from this on the exhale into a baby get up. Notice the stability, the position is the exact same that we had on our back, but we're moving with our breath, requiring more stability to maintain those positions in that baby get up. And we're going to continue to add on. So let's take the legs back up. Ankles are flexed. Setup is key. You'll hear me hammer that over and over and over. The how and the why matter. Neck is long, chin is in, chest wide, ribs to belt line. We go back to that breath. We're going to inhale. You're the most stable on the inhale. So we inhale. Exhale, drive up onto that forearm, elbow under shoulder. Stay here. I want you to notice something. This will begin to happen. Push the ground away. We're creating stability in the shoulder. When we talk about core stability, it is more than just what you see in the front of your body. It is your shoulder girdle. It is your back, your low back, your hips. All of that is compiled into core stability. Grab the floor. Keep pushing the ground away. Are you sinking in that? Are you dropping? Are you pulling your knees together? Your brain will do all sorts of things to help you move easier, not better, easier. It will grab the low-hanging fruit. Ankles flexed. We've got this little bit of a side plank going on both sides to stabilize the torso. Now, eccentrically, we're going to load to get back to the floor. We're going to slowly, with control, come down to the side back of the body. I'm not falling into the shoulder. I'm continuing to push it away. I'm continuing to grab. Come to the side back. And then we slowly move back onto this supine position. Let's try the other side. Inhale. Exhale, drive up. Push the ground away. Now you get a view from the backside. Do you notice the sinking of the shoulder? Maybe to a normal viewer, it looks like I am supporting myself. Watch the shoulder. Push that ground away. Again. Push that ground away. Pull your armpits in. Ankles are flexed. Everything is active. This is hard work. We're not hanging out just watching the world go by. We are diligently practicing trying to change the tissue patterns in our body. Now, in this position, we eccentrically load. We're loading the lengthening of the muscle. Here we go. Slowly lower on the side back part of your body. We're doing it with great control. We roll over onto our back. We're continuing the same position. Now we're going to move through it. Inhale, exhale, hold, push the ground away. Chest is broad and proud. We are keeping it nice and wide. Hello, world. That's what we're doing, holding the stabilizing position. Slowly lower in the eccentric. We're not sure if the floor is there, so we're going to do it with great control. Slowly lower, using control. 90 degrees, side back of the body, so you can feel that opposite side work. Inhale, exhale, drive up and hold. Breathe here. Keep that real estate from the ribs to the ground. Let's lower it with control. Slow. Keep grabbing the floor. Slow. Breathe. Feel that opposite side. Fire up. One more each side. Inhale. Hold here. Breathe. Slowly lower with control. Once you have this pattern down strong, you can pick up your pace, but only when you have it lined up nice and strong. Inhale, drive up. Push the ground away, slowly lower, Nice and controlled. We're working against gravity as our friend. Come over onto your back and hug those legs in. And what are you experiencing right now? We take the simple, what looks simple, and we make it hard, and we make the hard look simple. Notice I didn't say easy. Very, very different. Let's add on. So now we've done that baby get up. We're going to come up into a kneeling side plank. We're going to keep our knees bent, and we're going to set up again with the elbow under shoulder. I want you to feel this bottom shoulder. I see this so often in my 36 plus years of coaching and teaching. In these classes where people will set up on their forearm and the shoulder, this humerus bone, is already out of alignment of the joint. This is an ouchie waiting to happen, right? You do it over and over and over and over again. Push the ground away. I want you to watch that. Looks like I'm supported. Now I'm going to grab, push the ground away. Can you see how this becomes a more centered position of this bone? And we'll call it centrating the humerus in the joint. We want that. And we also want the girdle, because it's all connected, to be stable to enhance this position. So setup is key. It's so important. Now, there's a lot of real estate going on from here to here because I have now corrected or enhanced, optimized this position. My ankles are flexed. My knees are bent. We're in this kneeling position. We're going to drive our ankles into the ground. So watch me first. You're going to inhale, most stable, drive up to a hip extended position in this variation of side plank. You're going to take your front pockets back, still driving the ankle in. We're not collapsing, and we go back to where we set up. Again, looks simple, not easy. We're going to grab the floor. We're going to have this nice, beautiful real estate happening here, this freedom between the floor and my ribs. I'm going to pull my armpit in towards your ribs. Ankles flex, and we're going to do this a few times. Take an inhale, neck is long, chin in, chest wide. Drive up, extend. Give me your front pockets more. Give me those front pockets towards my voice even more. Hinge at the hips. Slowly take it back without collapsing here. Inhale, drive back up. Now you can take your hands here and you can support that if you need to. I like to always find what my ribs are doing because I'm a rib flarer by nature, and I've been really working trying to correct it. Hinge at the hips, slowly lower, working this whole lateral line, y'all. Inhale, drive up. Keep pushing the ground away. Keep that real estate. Hello, trunk, lateral line on both sides. Give me one more. Hinge at that hip. Inhale, we're not collapsing, which is what your body will try to do. We're staying intact. Inhale, extend. Give me front pockets, ribs to belt line. Push the ground away. Slowly hinge at that hip. Lower, and then come up into a seated 90. All right, y'all. Ankles flex. And the name, 90-degree bend, 90-degree bend, hips, 90-degree bend. Externally rotated, internally rotated. So we've worked diligently on creating some stability here, especially in these lateral lines in that frontal plane, which should free us up a little bit more in our hips. Now, just hang out here, kind of let this get comfortable in your body. And you might be like, it's really not comfortable. I understand. It's a journey, right? You don't become a master anything with just a few hours invested. We are investing in your movement patterns. Now, if the floor is not available to you, you can, again, here's your towel. Maybe you take your towel and you put it under this rump. And now I can make my torso a little more tall. It's bringing the floor to me and making it more accessible. Use what you have handy. As you're in this position, Think about the torso and all that you created here on the floor. Breathe. Drive your ankles into the floor. Maybe this internally rotated hip is beginning to speak loudly to you. Can you, instead of putting your focus here, go back to the breath? Without building gut pressure, just breathe easily, subtly, but your ribs are moving so that your brain can chill out to allow movement change. If the ankles stay flexed, we're not in a passive position, we're not relaxed. We want the tissue to relax, but we're not relaxed. Drive the knee into the ground. Go taller. Press shins into the floor. Go taller. Neck long, chin in. I've got an add-on for you. Breathe. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the back ankle off the ground. Keep trying to get that ankle to the sky. Knee drives in. Breathe. Stay tall. Hello, hip. How are you today? And maybe today it's like, we're not good. But it's okay because we're on that journey. Stay with it. Don't leave me yet. Knee into the floor. Ankle comes up. Sit tall. Breathe. Hold for 4. Knee, and you can see my ankle shaking. This is high load on that nervous system. 3, 2, and slowly lower. Take an inhale, rotate just a little bit over this externally rotated hip. Press the back knee into the ground. We're getting really juicy in the hip. Remember, it's part of the core, all part of the core. And we're syncing it all together. Take an inhale, rotate a little bit more, ribs rotate, and slowly relax. That is one side, my friends. Guess what? Let's try the other. So I'm just going to ask you to flip over to the other side. And we're going to eventually lengthen our levers in these side planks and play with that. It's all super nutritious for your body, even though it may not feel like it. I promise you it is. It's like eating broccoli. Some people don't like broccoli, but there's some great nutrients in broccoli that your immune system and your cells love. Same thing. All right, elbow under shoulder. Push the ground away. Remember all the action that you had on the other side. We grab the floor. We drive into the floor. We don't want this humerus jetting out in a certain position in the anterior side. I want it more in the central portion of that glenohumeral joint. Push the ground away. A lot of real estate here. So I'm setting all this stabilizing area so that my shoulder will not collapse. My knees are bent. My ankles are flexed. Ribs to belt line. Take an inhale, neck long, chin in. Drive front pockets to my voice without collapsing here. Keep pushing the ground away. Hinge at the hips. Keep driving your ankle in. Make sure you don't collapse on the eccentric load, the lengthening load, the decelerating. Inhale, drive back up. Extend those hips. Bring them to my voice. Slowly lower, hinging at the hips. I want 2 more from you. Does this side feel differently from the other? Inhale, drive up, extend, push that ground away. Armpits towards ribs. Hinge the hips back. Slowly with control, we lower. 1 more. Come on. Inhale. Drive up. Stay here. Hold. Breathe. Stay here. Hold. Slowly. Hinge those hips back. Keep your real estate. Keep the shoulders stable and lower. And then come up into this side, seated 90-90. Make sure you're on a cushy floor. Once again, if your butt, maybe this side's a little different from the other, and you need even more lift to stay vertical, grab that. We work towards the end pose or the end position. And for some of us, it may be quicker than others. We're all on a different, unique journey. Now, in this seated 90-90, 90 degrees, I want this shin, I want this thigh coming straight out. I want this femur straight out from the joint. Femur straight out from the joint, 90-degree bend in this knee, ankles bent. Now, hang here. I gave you time to juice on the other. Push into the ground to go taller. What's the difference from this side versus the other side? Ankle stays flexed, drive into the ground, and breathe. And focus on how calm you can own this movement and breathe. I want you to get out of your fight or flight system. I'd love for you to be able to relax in it, even though your nervous system might be going, what the what? Breathe. The breath stimulates the vagus nerve, which connects to that parasympathetic system, your relaxing system, to allow change. And that's true in everything. That vagus nerve is an unsung hero. Press the back knee into the ground. Here we go, let's add on. Sitting tall, legs are active, strong plank. Take an inhale, drive that knee, lift the ankle. Stay tall, breathe. Eyes at horizon, keep the neck long, breathe. Push that knee into the ground. Keep breathing, keep driving the knee into the ground. Can you lift that ankle another half an inch? Does this side move differently from the other? Is there more range of motion? That's your data. We want to try to make them even or as close to that we can. Hold for 4, get that heel up, get that ankle up, keep it flexed. 3, 2, and lower. Ooh, breathe here. Come back into a side lying position of this side plank. We're going to make the lever length a little longer. And you may be like, Elizabeth, you're a horrible counter. I know I am. It's all good because it's all helping you move better. Now, I want you to bring the top leg over the bottom leg. We set up again, elbows under shoulder, grab the floor, push the forearm into the floor, and come into a long lever side plank. We're still on our forearms, so this is a shortened lever. Does not mean easy, but we're simplifying some movement because we're going to play with different loads in this system. We're going to get into a little bit more focused of the sling system. So elbow under shoulder, grab the floor, neck long, ribs to belt line, chest wide, breathe. Now drive this top leg into the floor. Push into the floor, begin to lift this bottom leg. Hello, adductors. We extend, we bend. Can you feel the opposite adductor? Obliques, working. Take it back. Reconnect. Crush a walnut between your thighs. Are you collapsing? Are you sagging? Reset, breathe one more time. Lift that bottom leg. Push the ground away. Grab. Maybe you keep it short, but we're still working adductors of that top leg. Take it back. Reset, breathe. And we lower without collapsing. Manage that shoulder. Last time, y'all, we're almost there. Let's do this other side. You'll notice a difference. Elbows under shoulder. We stack and offset our legs. I want the top leg forward to help keep the hips square. Everything we're stacking. We're building a good building. Elbows under shoulder. Grab the floor. Create that real estate. Ribs to belt line, neck long, chin in, chest wide. Set the shoulder, inhale, press into that side plank. Squeeze the walnut. Can you crack the shell? Even more. We're integrating everything. Now, drive the top leg into the ground. Begin to unload the bottom leg. Pull through. Flex that ankle. Bend. Lower. Reset. Watch the shoulder. Breathe, ribs to belt line. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Load. Hello, adductor. Maybe you keep it bent. You can extend again. You can play with that. Reset, thighs towards one another. And we slowly lower and come to a seated position. Paddle out your thighs. Rock around. And I want you to go through a mental checklist of what you just endured, because that's probably what it feels like, and what you're building. that lateral line, that stability we need in life to move better, more efficiently, and correct the patterns that have not been serving us well and quite possibly have created injury. We are here to help you at Halo. Thank you for taking this Yoga Body Labs class where we are exploring movement to help you move better, build resilience, and enjoy the journey.